If you look closely at it here, I did mention to the owner that okay, so yes, I'm still alive. Yes, I know I haven't made a video in a while. I have nothing to video right now. I mean, I could probably do a video on a water pump rebuild. Maybe we'll do that in this video. But, so this is the wr426f. I probably could have videoed it, but I banged out all the old bearings, which are right here. All the old bearings in the case. Everything got replaced, because if you're going to go this far and replace everything, you might as well just go and do everything. So the bearings are all replaced. All the transmission bearings are done. The counter shaft bearings are done. We are waiting on crank bearings. Yeah, we haven't been able to get crank bearings yet, but yeah. So the cases are cleaned, new bearings are in. I went through the transmission, replaced a couple gears. So yeah, once again, I probably could have taped it, but no, I didn't. So here's one of the old gears. It's pretty chowdered. The case hard's come off quite a few of those gears, so that gear got replaced. Right there, you can see the different color gear. So that one got replaced, and then the matching gear on the counter shaft got replaced. This guy right here. So transmission should be pretty wicked. Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of tinkering on my car. I took the seats out. Over here, taking the seats out. So like I said, this isn't like the Trans Am channel. This isn't about my car. But I got the seats out. The carpet's pretty gross. I found a ring under the seat, which is pretty cool. Carpet is wet. Really needs to be replaced. I got parts galore in the back here now. This guy here is still waiting for a belt. This guy here is still waiting for chain case. And we got some more parts over here. So we sent the head to a machine shop. The guy said the head was in pretty good shape, so we're just gonna slap her back in there. Here's his crank. I really hope this crank got rebuilt because it's got some pretty significant blue on there, but it feels like a new bearing, which is great. Hopefully it's not got too much run out. But let's do, so we're gonna do the water pump, which goes right in there. Yeah, I might as well do that. I've got the water pump kit right there. Yeah, why not? I also got a new pump shaft for it, because the old one was pretty gnarly groove in it. I gotta find all that stuff. Okay, I'm gonna put this on the counter and get it all set up, and we'll do the water pump on it. At least I give you some content. So I got all the stuff all laid out here. So we have a new bearing and seal kit for that water pump. We have a new water pump shaft. The reason I got them to get the water pump shaft is this one here is pretty chowdered up. I'm going to screw it off with the water pump here. And I'm actually pretty impressed. Yamaha did something good. Usually these are plastic. The water pump in this is actually made of metal. I'm very impressed. Good job, Yamaha. But this, look at this, is all grooved out and chowdered up. You can see that there's some grooves right here. Let's see if I get a pointer here. So right where the seal rides, it's got some pretty significant grooves, which, you know, being as old as a bike is, so right here's got a groove, and right here's got a groove. Right. It's pretty significant. So I don't want this thing to leak. You put all this time and money into it, and you really don't want this thing to leak. So old shaft out, new shaft. It's right here. I'm not going to open this up until we need it. But yeah, no grooves. Brand new. Good. Okay, good. So we have to get the old bearing out. You can't even see. You get the old bearing out. It feels a little, I don't know if you can hear that. It's a little crunchy. Yeah, a little grindy. So should be able to, this is not my favorite thing to do, but we've got to pop these seals out. without shattering up the case, breaking the case. Oh, that was pretty easy. Ooh, look at the yummy, crusty stuff that come out of there. Oh yeah, that has, interesting. That has a piece that stops the seal from going too far. That's actually nice. I like that. See that little collar in there? Right here? That prevents that seal from going in there too far. Right on! Alright, I'm going to get a punch. Knock that bearing out. Getting my really big hammer. See if we can get in there and knock that out here without wrecking the case. And there she goes. Okay. So there it is. There's the seal. There's the seal. Oh, it's got a big one and a small one. When we look in there, that's got a big one and a small one. And the bearing. Oh yeah, that bearing's pretty chewed up. So now I gotta get. I'm gonna just shut the camera off. I'm gonna clean that up a little bit. Got something cool to show you. So you see this little hole right there? This little hole? That little hole right there? That's a weep hole. And it comes up between the two seals. So you're going to know right away before you get... So on this side is oil, on this side is water. So if you get that to mix, you're going to have chocolate milk in both your bottom end, through your engine, and through your rad. So that weep hole is there to show you, hey, you know what? You got to change the seals because now it's leaking. So that's, yeah. Did a little bit of cleanup on that. Nah, it's not perfect, but it'll do just fine. So, open up the seal kit. And actually, you know what? I'm going to clean these surfaces up here yet. The face here still got some stuff on there. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so it was a little more dirty than I had expected it to be. So, she's having a nice bubble bath. A nice hot bubble bath to get rid of some of that crud and stuff that's in there. Okay, cleaning that. Be back in a bit. And back at her. She's nice and clean now. A lot nicer than it was before. It's pretty grody before. Okay, so let's see if we can get this set up so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so seals and bearings should be pretty straightforward, easy kit. Okay, so this one, that one, put this right here. So these seals are going to run back to back like this. So you can't really, well, you can't really tell, can you? No, there's a ring here, and there's a ring there. You don't want to run them like this. You want the seal part to get lubricated. So this is a water lubricated seal, and this is an oil lubricated seal. You can kind of see the different shapes of it, and this is a little bit softer. But yes, believe it or not, water does lubricate to a point. So this guy's gonna go in here, this side. Now you should be able to shove it in with your thumb. It shouldn't be that too tight of a press fit. And this is actually kind of nice because it's good. Bottoms out on that lip. Not quite. So then we get a socket. So something that fits over that. Oh, first try. Almost. Almost first try. There. And just shove that down in there. Oh, it went a little bit. Let's have a look. Almost. A little more on this side here. So some people are afraid to do the water pumps because they're going to create a problem where there may not have been a problem in the past. But, you know, if you're going to go this deep into it and basically rebuild it from top to bottom, you might as well do everything you need to. And that is seated. That looks pretty good. Okay, and I'm going to put just a touch, a little bit of oil in there. Just a little bit of oil. Oil up that seal just a little bit. Yeah, looks good. Put a little bit on the face. Something that people make mistake of too is I've seen people put seals in dry. You don't want to do that. You wipe the seal out instantly. Now here's the other part. People have asked me, what way do you put the bearing in, because it's got like a front and a back, but if you look at it, it's identical. I like to put it so the markings, though you probably won't be able to tell, but if you look, there's actually some writing on this one. TPI. Yeah, right more fingers. I don't think you can see that. But I put the markings up so you can read them. Now this should actually go in there. Shouldn't have to. This should just slide right down in there. Now when you're doing this, you need to be careful. You don't want to be banging on the inside of the seal or on the inside of the bearing, because you'll chew your brand new bearing up. So I get a socket that fits right over that. Perfectly right over that. Going down nicely. Now on the last snowmobile that I did, there wasn't a spacer in there and I pushed everything right through because I wasn't really paying attention. But yeah, bearings in there. Feels nice. A little bit of oil for the bearing. Nice, nice. Now we'll flip her over and we'll put this one in. So like I was saying, you don't want to put it in like that. You actually want to put it in like that. Your common sense is going to tell you to put it in like that so the seal is protected. But you actually want this part to be lubricated by the water, the coolant going through it. And push this one in with our thumb. Yeah. No, absolutely not. Let's try this one here. You want to set this one down because your water pump is going to sit up in this generator. Oh, that doesn't take much at all. Okay. And might have to go just a little bit more. It's hard to tell here. Well, the last one of these I did. Yeah, I was just talking about that story. Last one I did, when I was pushing this in, I thought it would bottom out, and it bottomed out and fell at the bottom. So it literally did bottom out. Alright then. I'm going to say that baby is installed. I don't know how, but I got some stuff on that. Oh no, wait, that's the oil. That is this fancy oil. But we don't want to put oil on that side. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. I like it. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. I know I'm pretty bad with my camera skills here and all. So the water pump is going to sit on there. Oh yeah, beauty. So then we take the new one out of the bag and we'll just do a quick show you the new one, show you the old one. So here's the new one. Ooh. So you probably could get away with taking some emery cloth and cleaning that up, but they get kind of grooved up. And actually, you know what? I think one of the seals was leaking. I think the seal on the liquid part was leaking, because if you look here, I'm trying to look for the pointer here. Pointer right over here. If you look right here, wait, this is in between the two seals. See all this crusty stuff in here I'm taking off of there? You probably can't. Yeah, there's all this crusty stuff. That looks like old coolant to me, and it's even got the color to it too. So yeah, this was done, and you can see the grooves in it. It's got a pretty good groove in it. It's just for the 20 bucks I think that this thing costs. It's, you know, preventative maintenance. So now we're gonna lube her up nice and lubed. And this is kind of neat. This water pump impeller here has got the threads right in it. It's got like a nut in it. So then this guy should just slide so nicely in here, and we got to get it started in those seals. Like that, and then like that. And then, whoa, very nice. Now it's going to be a little bit tight, right, because you're forcing against those seals. I don't know if that's sitting down right or not. I can't tell. Flies. The flies are driving me nuts today. Yeah, I think that's right. I wonder if I can get that down just a little more on this side here. Yeah, that's better. That still turns in there. Ah, yeah. Right on. Okay, now the impeller goes on there. Yeah, it's not touching. That's pretty good. So we need to get, I don't know what size that guy is. I don't have much tools on this side of the counter. There we go. Okay, and then I believe that is a 10 mil on this side. 10? No. So then it's a 12, I think. It's not a 12. Is it 13? It's not a 13. What is going on here? So this is the only standard thread. Maybe it is a 7/16. Alright, what's going on here? Half inch? Yeah, half inch. Alright. So this needs to be snug. It doesn't have to be, you know, like Jesus tight, because it's going to bottom out, right? Because there's only so much thread on that. It's only going to go in so far. Should put it so you can see it, I guess. There's my wicked camera skills again. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to break something. Okay. Doesn't have to be super Jesus tight. That's good there now. Yeah. Okay. So the last part we put on there is the little cover to go on there. Here's the cover. Yeah, I'm gonna go to my bath there and clean this thing up. Okay, it's all nice and clean. So we're gonna put the O-ring in there, but before we put the O-ring in the little groove here, we're gonna lube up the O-ring. Some people like certain things. Some people like dielectric. Silglide, as long as it's a silicone-based lubricant, because you start using an oil-based lubricant, it'll just eat the O-ring, because O-rings are made out of oil, if you can believe that. O-rings are an oil-based product, oil-based type rubber. And yeah, we'll put that O-ring on there. Ah! Flies are driving me nuts. Almost got them. And that's on there. And you gotta watch too, because this guy here has got the copper washer on it that goes on the bottom here, because that's how you drain it out. That's how you drain the system when you're taking it apart. But yeah, I'm gonna go screw these in and come back when she's all done. So it's done. Can add that to the done pile. I don't really have a whole lot more to do. Waiting on crank bearings, and we can slap her all together. Yeah, here we go. Add this to the done pile. Here's the done pile, the done and clean pile. So I did dig up one of the old crank bearings. It's makes some pretty funky noises here. And it's not the worst one I've ever heard. So I suppose if you can't get crank bearings, we will reuse these ones. But I'm going to be looking very closely for pits down inside here. Now, it might be usable. I don't know though. But if a bearing can wipe out a crank, so you got to be very careful when you reuse bearings. For the very small cost, I think these are like right from Yamaha. I think these are 50 bucks a piece, which when it comes to like main bearings is practically nothing. But I mean, that's it. That's all I got for today. That's all I got for a little while. I mean, I got not really much of anything else. I mean, I got my car. I'm not going to be filming working on my car. Unless you guys really want to see me rebuild this car on YouTube, we could do that, I guess. But, I mean, my channel's all about toys, and bikes, and dirt bikes, and sleds and stuff. But, yeah. I do have one thing that I would like to do a video on. And what I want to video is back here. Oh, snow can't come fast enough, even though we just started summer. So yeah, there's a vehicle back here I want to get running. She is in the bushes. Can you see it? Can you see it? Oops, turn the camera off. There she is. She's an old Dodge Power Wagon, I think. I don't know, this thing's been sitting back here for 15, 20 years. Need to do a revival on this old girl. Oh no, she's a Ram. Gotta do a revival, and I'm gonna use this old truck as my yard truck, not use my fancy truck. Yeah, none of the windows are broken. I mean, it has been sitting back here for a while. I don't really know the year of this old thing. Oh, here we go. Let's have a look at the stamp here. Oh yeah, you can't even really tell. It's like it was written on there in pencil and it all wore off. Huh. Yep, can't tell. I'm sure I'll figure it out. But yeah, we'll do a revival on this little girl. Yeah, I had a canopy on, a bunch of stuff in the back. It all kind of collapsed, and every time I come back here I grab something out of there. Some extension cords and stuff. Some of these bins, I think this bin was like completely full of water. So, yeah. See what's in the mystery jar. Nothing, because it's a broken mystery jar. Okay, so that could be an up and coming videos, but I gotta have the time for it. And then I got the old boat back here I got from Buddy. Boat needs an engine. I got a line or an engine there. Independent Mayhem Adventures. He has an engine for me, and we want to do some wheeling and dealing to get the engine. Next year I'll be floating around the lake, catching fish and jumping in the lake, and yeah. So that's it. That's all I got for you. I'm still alive. Oh, 41 subscribers. That's pretty awesome. I mean, not for guys like Junkyard Diggs or like Chris Fix or Eric the Car Guy or anything, but this is pretty cool. It means 41 of you guys love the stupid shit that I make. Awesome. Awesomeness. Alright. See ya. Where's that button? Well, would you believe I actually forgot something? I just about forgot to replace this seal. And you probably can't even see. And you can't see. Oh, I quit. Alright. Seal done. Goodbye.